How's it going, everyone? Welcome to G-Ball Vision. Today we have a new knife to check out coming in from Ketuo. While we get started, let us know down in the comments what your EDC is today. It's always an exciting time when Ketuo is putting out a new design, and that is what we have here. This is going to be the new Ketuo Mini Griffin. Very nice packaging. And I always say, if you haven't been over to Ketuo and Reich's website, highly recommend just going over there and browsing, checking things out. They have some of the coolest knives and EDC gear that is in the EDC world. The Mini Griffin here is a play off the full-size Griffin, and they have two different versions from what I could see, at least right now. They have an uncoated like this here, and then they have a coated version. I'll pop up a screenshot of the coated one so you can get a look at it, but it'll be same idea as this one. We are looking at a full titanium handle with a carbon fiber inlay on both sides. We do have a milled tie clip, and it is going to be reversible, so left-handers can carry this knife as well. And they include a filler tab, so it looks clean, looks great. We are going to have a button lock for our locking mechanism, but in this case, we are looking at a true button liner lock. This is not a button compression lock like we've seen from Spyderco or Vastid. This will be a standard button lock liner lock. No plunge lock means we have a true detent in there, and I think liner locks are a little bit stronger than a plunge lock, quite a bit stronger in most cases, and I think this is just better all the way around. Not going to be as strong as a compression lock, but way better than a plunge lock in my opinion. That'll give you that very satisfying opening. You have a good, dependable lock that's been around for decades and will continue to be around for a long time. And then you have all the fun and enjoyment of disengaging this with the button. Now, you cannot access the liner from the face like you can with certain models, so you will be solely relying on the button there, and it is done well. It's kind of got an oblong shape to it, and it's got a little dimpling done to it. Very easy to get to and disengage this thing. It does have a cutout front flipper and rear flipper. We are looking at their it's got a blasted mirror polish finish to it. Looks really good and seemingly holds up really well. Harpoon drop point style blade, and we have this large cutout here for sharpening choil, and this is going to be coming in M390. I'll pop up a little blurb from their website, and they do have the uncoated at 59 to 60 and the uncoated 60 to 61. I would like to see the uncoated bumped up to 60. I think there shouldn't be anything under 60, whether it's coated or uncoated. If we know it's going to lose a point, then just treat it a little bit higher because we know it's going to lose that point so it can stay above 60. I think we'll get there. 2.5 inches of cutting edge on this fella with 3 inches of total blade, and it's coming down just shy of 7 inches. And we have a couple of comparisons here with the Benchmade Bug Out and the Kaiser Drop Air, and here's a prime example of just one of the many reasons I love Ketuo is look at the lines of this knife compared to these two designs. I just really like that they're not afraid to stand out and do some different things. And we have the full-size Kaiser Militar up top with the Vastid Raccoon Bowie on the bottom. You'll see it's quite a bit smaller than both of those. And just for the people who aren't aware, the Vastid Raccoon here is sporting a button compression lock. So you'll see the lock and liner is locking up from the spine side, and we also have a stop pin in there as well. With this knife, we do have a double stop pin in there, so that is great. But you'll see this is locking up from the face of the knife like a standard liner lock. So a little bit of difference for you, but button compression lock or compression locks like this are very, very dependable. But I think the liner lock has proven itself to be a dependable lock if done properly. Hence its use over the last several decades. We'll check this and see what it looks like in the pocket here. Shouldn't have any trouble going over that. Nice retention there, and it's going to carry like a standard milled clip does. You'll have a little bit poking out there, give you a nice amount of surface area to grab a hold of this thing and pull it out of the pocket. That does look to have decent clearance. It's not real deep. I do like that. This could prove troublesome in certain pants, certain work pants, that sort of thing with thicker seams. And, you know, I like this knife, and I like where it's priced at as well. These come in, this version here comes in under $200. And to get something from Reich and Ketuo in these materials, now there isn't as much machining. I mean, there's quite a bit involved in this, but it's not quite as crazy as some of their designs, right? But you're going to get a very good product from Ketuo. We'll check the weight here. It's got a little bit of heft to it. Little bit of internal milling in there. Maybe like 3. It's a heftier bugger. Got that full back spacer in there. 3.7? Oh, it ain't that bad. Okay. 3.3. That's not too shabby. Oh, it's 3.4. 3.4. 96 G's. So, not too shabby. It's got a little heft to it, though, for its size. We'll go ahead and check our handle thickness here and see what we're looking at. Coming in around 0.43, so it's pretty thin. And we'll see what this blade stock is as well. Coming in around 114. And our behind the edge thickness in this random spot here, coming down there pretty good at like 17 on that particular spot with that particular hold. We will go ahead and see how this thing cuts right out of the box. And for that, we will use our telephone book paper here. Let's see what we got. Yeah, it's got a nice edge on it. Don't feel nothing awkward with it. It's going to be nice and pokey. You got that nice low pokey tip. Yeah, this will be a great poke and slice type of knife there. 115 down to 17. Yeah, that's got a nice, it's not a real tall blade, but it's got a decent geometry and it cuts very, very well. So the last thing we need to check here is see how that lock is going to hold up. We have a centered blade. There's no detent lash. It's got a nice detent. I would say, we'll talk about that here in a moment. Pivot lash. I would say that the action on this, soft open, no up and down play, no side to side play. For having 4 forms of deployment, I would say this is pretty solid, guys. It's got a good action. I mean, everything feels good. Thumb flick, reverse flick. You have that front flipper that you can do the over the top. You can do the rollover. You can do the thumb rollover, and you got a nicely done rear flipper as well. And it's incorporated pretty nicely, so even if you have larger hands, you can choke up onto this flat or into this big choil area here. I know 2.5 inches, at least to me, is not a ton of edge, but realistically, it is going to be plenty for day-to-day tasks. In the standard grip here, I have like 3.5. I could squeeze all 4 on, but in a comfortable kind of spread out grip, I'm going to be right around 3 to 3.5, but that's back here. That would be for like a quick type cut, just cutting some tape or something real quick. Everything else, I'd be up here either which way. So let's go ahead and we'll check this lock. No movement. Let's see what we are looking at. Some lighter taps here. And that is good there. Medium taps. Very good. Very good. Put it at an awkward angle here. Very good. Good, 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 good. That is what I want to see right there. And no, that is not scientific. That is just telling us, hey, we can rely on this to stay locked up, and it's not going to just come closing down on us if it has some pressure applied to it or what have you. Just a simple check. A locking knife should stay locked up under those types of circumstances. You'll have to let me know. What's your thoughts on Reich and Ketuo? Let me know what you think of the mini Griffin here. You guys know I love hearing from you on these knives and on these companies. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. That helps push the video out there to more people. And if you're new to my channel here and you enjoy this type of content, you're in the right place. Make sure you subscribe because I release daily videos. And as always, have yourself an awesome day. Thank you all again for watching. I will catch you on the next one.